Okay, so this is kind of a novel thing to do. We're going to use our unit circle and then perform some fifth grade addition, right? Maybe. We'll see what happens. Okay, so first we start off with cosine pi over 4 times the tangent at 5 pi over 3. So we go to your unit circle and we evaluate the cosine at pi over 4, and we find that cosine of pi over 4 is root 2 over 2. And then we're going to multiply that by the tangent. So we go to our unit circle and we figure out where the tangent is at 5 pi over 3. Now the tangent is a ratio of y over x. So the x value at 5 pi over 3 is, let's see, 1/2. And the y value at 5 pi over 3 is root 3 over 2. Okay, so we can get rid of the 2's and just end up with root 3. So the tangent at 5 pi over 3 is positive root 3. So, no, it's not. It's not positive. It's negative because the y value is negative there and the tangent value is negative there. So sorry. Tangent is negative 3. So now I've got to multiply these things. So when we go back to our fifth grade, we learned to multiply a fraction by a number by changing the number into a fraction also over 1, because everything is divided by 1. So now the rule says we do numerators times numerators and denominators times denominators. So when I multiply root 2 times the negative square root of 3, okay, so that's the negative stays a negative, and we multiply underneath your radical. Okay, so a radical times a radical stays a radical, and that's, of course, it's the same thing. So 2 times 3 is 6. So this would simplify to negative root 6 divided by 2. Okay, so once again, we are going to our unit circle, we are evaluating our trig expression, and then we are multiplying their values together. Because why not? Okay, the secant at 2 pi over 3. Remember, the secant is the reciprocal of the cosine. So the cosine at 2 pi over 3 is negative root, no, it's negative 1/2. Sorry, negative 1/2. Which means the secant at 2 pi over 3 is the reciprocal of negative 1/2, which is negative 2. Times the cotan at 11 pi over 6. Now 11 pi over 6, cotan is the x value divided by the y value. So at 11 pi over 6, cotan, let's see, x is positive root 3 over 2, and y is negative 1/2. So the cotan at 11 pi over 6 is negative root 3, right? Because the 2's divide out and it's negative, it's root 3 over negative 1. So there we go. Now we have ourselves a number times a radical. So we can do the number times the number, right? This is negative 1. So negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2. But then the root 3, we can't actually do any multiplying by it because you only multiply radicals to other radicals. So our final answer is just 2 root 3. Nothing to do there. Oh, now we have pluses. Oh, this is going to be harder, I think. Maybe. The cosine at 7 pi over 6. Okay, cosine at 7 pi over 6 is negative root 3 over 2. Right, that's the x coordinate at 7 pi over 6. Plus the sine at 7 pi over 4. So 7 pi over 4 is a fourth quadrant angle. Sine is negative in the fourth quadrant. So that's negative root 2 over 2. So I am adding negative root 3 over 2 to negative root 2 over 2. So in the fifth grade we learned that this is possible because our denominators are the same. In order to add two fractions together, the denominators must be the same. Well, here they are the same. So my answer is going to have a denominator of 2. So the question becomes, what do we do about our root 3 plus our negative root 2? And the answer is not a dang thing. They are not like terms. They don't have the same radical, so we just write them down next to each other, and they don't do anything, right? They don't play together, they don't combine, they don't fight, they just hang out. Negative root 3 minus 2, all divided by 2. Okay, so remember, this is what we call an exact value. We could plug that into a calculator and it would give us a decimal, okay, which would be a decimal approximation. So this is an exact value. Whenever we're asked for exact values, you're going to get radicals and all kinds of crazy stuff. Okay, so our last one, we have some multiplication and subtraction. So this is 4 times the tangent at 3 pi over 4. So remember, tangent is a ratio of y over x. Sorry, that's not a y. Y over x. So the y value at root 3 over 4 is positive root 2 over 2. The x value at 3 pi over 4 is negative root 2 over 2. Anything divided by itself is 1, except for when it's negative 1. So there's a negative 1 there. That's pretty good. Minus 2 times the cotan at pi over 2. So remember, cotan is x over y. At pi over 2, the x-coordinate is 0 and the y-coordinate is 1. So 0 divided by 1 is 0. Yeah, pretty nice. So negative 4 minus 0, this simplifies to just negative 4. Okay, so these are some evaluating of trig expressions, right? They don't have equal signs, they're just things you look on the unit circle for, and then you perform the addition or the subtraction or the multiplication as needed. All right, hopefully that helps and you feel a little bit smarter now than you did 2 minutes ago. Okay, bye.